Hey everyone, how you doing? This is a video preview for the week 1 Desmos activity for Algebra B, getting into systems of linear equations. This is for week 1. Watch this, help you get started with what I want you to do for this activity. Here we are, we're on the first screen, and we're asked to find a sum of 12. Write down a pair of numbers that have a sum of 12. Well, that's easy. I'm going to write down 8 and 4. All right. 8 and 4 add up to 12. So now I need to plot a point to represent my pair of numbers. So I got a hint here if I need to, but my numbers are 8 and 4, so I'm going to type 8, comma 4, and now we see that point on my graph. 8 plus 4 is 12. Continuing on, here is a graph showing the sum of 12 points that were plotted by students in Zan's class. Describe any patterns you notice. What do we see? Well, we see for the most part people got a nice straight line along there, but there's a few points that were not correct, were they? So if they did it correctly, it should be on a nice straight line. So now make sure you read everything. Sometimes you have to look on the left side, sometimes you have to read carefully all the detail. But in row 2, write the equation of a line whose x and y coordinates have a sum of 12. Well, if I think about x and if I think about y and the sum, x plus y, those two values from the table have to sum up to equal 12. There would be a linear equation for that line, for all representing all the points. You can see the line goes through most all the points except for the few that were not on it. So we're building up the sense of an equation, right? Now we're doing another one, difference of 6. Write down a pair of numbers that have a difference of 6. Well, I'm going to do 10 and 4. If I take 10 minus 4, that's 6. Difference means subtraction. So now I need to write my numbers as ordered pairs, so 10, 6, whoops, 10 and 4, right? There we go. Okay, put the greater number first, make sure you read that note. The difference of 10 and 4 is 6. So now, here we go. Here's a graph showing the difference of 6 and all of those points. For the most part, again, a nice straight line, except for the few that are off. And now we have all the points. How do I write an equation showing the difference of 6? So the greater one is first. So the difference is, if I take x, the bigger number, subtract whatever for y, the difference needs to equal 6. And you can see it goes right through those points nicely. So now we've got two linear equations. In the first challenge, we plotted a point whose coordinates added up to 12. Second one, we plotted a point whose coordinates had a difference or subtracted to 6. Zan claims she's plotted the same point both times. Is this possible to have the same point add up to 12, but the same two numbers also subtract to 6? I don't know. That's what you're going to explore with the rest of these 7 slides. Look at all the questions, think through, is this possible? And the goal is you're going to find with two equations, is there a place where they intersect? Is there one point that works for both of them? Have fun getting started with this, working through linear systems of equations and understanding how to better use the Desmos calculator and the concepts we're learning this week.